everybody, welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I have another book about going on vacation. It's summertime. A lot of people are taking vacations and you can get to a vacation so many different ways. You can drive in a car, you can ride on a train, you can fly in a plane. But this way of going on vacation is so much fun because this book is called Ferry Boat Ride. Ferry Boat Ride. A ferry boat is a boat that takes you out into the sea, and you can even take your car on the boat and it will take you to some special place. A ferry boat is so much fun. You see so many exciting things when you go on a ferry boat, and we're going to get into this book and find out what this little girl sees on her ferry boat ride. Are you ready to get into another summer vacation kind of book? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up because here we go. Ferry Boat Ride, written by Anne Rockwell, illustrated by Maggie Smith. Our summer island is way out at sea, too far for any bridge to cross. That's why we have to take the ferry there. Look, they're going to go to that big island out in the sea, but there's no bridge for them to drive over. I'll meet you up in the bow, my father says as he waits his turn to back our car onto the ferry. Bow is what you call the front of the boat. Stern is what you call the back. Look, they get to take their cars on the big ferry boat. Lots of people come aboard, bringing bicycles and backpacks, totes and duffels and coolers. A forklift brings heavy cartons aboard. We climb the port stairs to the upper deck. Port is the left side of a boat, and starboard is the right. Our ferry is named the Juliana B. Boats are always called She. I don't know why. We watch as the last car drives aboard. Then the gate is shut across the ramp. All the cars are on the boat now. I hear the Julian B's engine start to rumble. I feel it throbbing below the deck. Water around the ferry swirls in circles. The captain blasts the whistle. Toot, toot! A baby starts to cry when he hears the noise. That baby's so little. I'll bet he's never been on the ferry before. But I have. I hear the captain give 3 blasts of the whistle. Toot, toot, toot! Announcing we're leaving the harbor. I've heard that every single summer since I was born. We decide to sit on the upper deck and my father finds us. Now we're underway. I stand at the starboard rail and watch as the captain steers the ferry carefully out the harbor. Little sailboats are sailing in the cove. Look at that big boat with all the people headed for the island. The lighthouse at the end of the long point is flashing. I put on my windbreaker and zip it up tight. The waves are bigger, for now we're out at sea. The triangular bow cuts through the water, turning into white and frothy. I wish I could see a whale. My mother said that she once did. It was swimming alongside the ferry when she was a little girl. Wow, that would be amazing to see a whale. But suddenly I can't see anything. The horizon between the sea and the sky is gone. Our ferry is wrapped in gray and fuzzy fog. Sea space drips from the rails. The foghorn sounds. Boom, boom. And somewhere another boat sounds her foghorn. Boom, boom. Another does, and then another. There must be lots of boats out there, but I can't see a single one. They're taking the ferry, but it got real foggy. How can they see? The radar antenna above the pilot house turns around and around, telling our captain whether other boats are near. The ferry rises and falls with the waves, while the foghorn blows and blows. Boom! Boom! But now no foghorns answer us. We're all alone in this part of the sea. A wake of white water races alongside the ferry, and I hear the loud swish of waves. Wow, everybody's having such a good time waiting to find the island. Our foghorn goes on blowing, and from somewhere I finally hear a lone foghorn answer. A long, deep, muffled sound. A voice like fog. Suddenly I see a smudge of white and a gleam of yellow. A lobster boat piled with traps looms out of the gray. People on deck wear bright yellow aprons. The boat wallows in the waves, drops a trap, then turns, trailing a long, white wake of water. Oh, they're passing another boat, and they're catching lobsters. Soon something shimmers in the gray water below me. No, it can't be. It's much too small to be a whale. I think it must be a school of little shiny silver fish. But it's not. It's sunshine. Just like that, the fog is gone. Far in the distance, I see something. Look! Do you see it way off there? I point to the horizon. Everyone comes to the rail to look. Our summer island rises from the blue and sparkling sea. They're almost there. They're almost across the sea. Seagulls soar into the sunlight, squealing and mooing alongside the ferry. I toss a pretzel over the rail. One smart seagull catches it in midair. A big red buoy to starboard rises and falls with the waves and the wake of the boat, clanging its bell as it rocks. Ding, ding, ding! I can see seaweed and mussels and barnacles clinging below the buoy's dark waterline. Lots of things live hidden beneath the water. Even the whale I didn't see. The red buoy tells the captain we're entering the narrow channel that leads to the island's harbor. The engine grows quiet as the Julian B slows down. Soon I can make out the beach where we swim, the old hotel where weekenders stay, and the lighthouse high on the bluff. From the port side I see a bright green light at the end of the jetty. People fishing from the jetty wave to us. The captain blasts the whistles, toot, toot, to tell the harbor master that we're going to dock. Then the ferry stops. For a moment she is still and quiet, while the water twirls around and around. Then the engine rumbles and roars again, and the Julian B turns all the way around. A ramp comes down with a clang, and our stern launches up to it. The engine stops, for good this time. Everything is quiet, except for the people on shore, calling to the passengers on board the ferry. The crew tosses huge loops of rope around tall pilings rising from the water. Now the ferry boat is secured to the shore. A seagull heads straight for the clam shack with the red and white awning. That's up the hill from the parking lot. My father goes below deck to where the cars are. My mother and I watch them drive off the ferry. As soon as the very last car has bumped and rolled over and off the ramp, all the passengers go down the stairs. They take bicycles, backpacks, duffels, coolers, and totes ashore with them. The Julian B is empty now. Our ferry looks very, very big in this little harbor. I sniff the island air. I love the way it smells, part like sea and part like gardens that grow on land. Salt air always makes me hungry, my father says, as soon as my mother and I get into the car. How about you? Shall we stop for some clam cakes before we go to the cottage? Yes, we say, and that's exactly what we do. Wow, what an exciting adventure! Her ferry boat ride was great. She got on the boat with Mom and Dad pulled the car on the boat, and they went and sat up top of the boat, and they could see the seagulls and the sea, and then it got real foggy, and they couldn't see anything, and the boat kept having to blow its horn so everybody would know it was out there in the fog. What an exciting book. And at the end, they end up on the special island where they're going to have a great vacation. And you know what? When their vacation time is over, they get to ride the ferry boat again to go back home. Ferry boats are so much fun. I love riding a ferry boat. Have you ever ridden on one? You should talk to Mom and Dad. Maybe on your vacation you can ride on a ferry boat. And maybe you'll even see a lighthouse. I love lighthouse. And in this book, they went right past a big lighthouse. And that would have made it even more exciting. What a great, fun summertime vacation book. This has been a lot of fun. You know what? I think I'm going to go to bed now and dream about ferry boats and lighthouses. What do you think you'll dream about tonight? Could be anything. Be really great if you dreamed about your vacation. So get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a good night's sleep. Have sweet, wonderful dreams about vacation. And if you do go on a ferry boat, be cautious. You have to be careful because ferry boats can be slippery out in the water. So whatever you do on that ferry boat and each and every day, obey and obey right away. And when you get back from vacation, come on back here and see Miss Dorothy because I'm going to be sitting right here ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.